Hi everyone. So I'm going to do something a bit different today, which is a tour of one of my sets. I'm calling it that because this is a 2015 Creator Expert set. So this is the Detective's Office set number 10246, which Lego released back in 2015. This is probably, for me, the set that stood out the most for the way it looked aesthetically. I really think this is a great looking building that Lego has created. It's the different styles, the sort of New York kind of vibe it's got, or maybe Chicago, something like that. I think they did an absolutely outstanding job on the way they've done the architecture on this building, and it was the one that really jumped out at me. Now I have got some other creator sets since then, which I'm working on at the moment, but this was what really got me inspired me, I guess, around, wanting to get into the architectural side of Lego and start to work on my own kind of look and feel on these things. So this was actually the first modular I built, and it was a good experience to see how much Lego's come along. For me, as I've said before, Lego has a lot of history with me, and these new sets, these new things, these new ways of putting things together is just, I would love to have had access to this when I was a kid growing up. It would have been amazing. So I'm calling these tours because they're not reviews anymore. They've been around for a while. They're coming to the end of life now, and it kind of is a bit less pressure to actually say, you should buy this or not. I want to do it in a more friendly way that will hopefully inspire you to either want it or not. Now you can still pick this up in the shops quite freely. There's lots and lots of people with this in stock still. So I think it's fine to do this run through of what's going on. So the way Lego's done this is slightly unusual in that they've tried to tell an actual story with this set as well. So it's set around prohibition, and part of this is there's a smuggling racket going on in this set where someone's actually cooking sweets which were outlawed at the time. So that's where we start with this building. So taking off this roof piece here, we get into the kitchen area. Now let's see if we can put this and get it to light up well. We get this kitchen area here, which has a cabinet, it's got mixing bowls, it's got everything there, and you can see someone is baking, which they aren't supposed to be doing. So the kitchen in this is very well featured. It's quite hard to get it clearly on the camera, but we'll have a go because it's quite tightly in there. But you can see, it's a well featured little kitchen. It's got a stove, it's got an oven, some drawers, cupboard space. I do like the way they do their rolling pins, quite simple but clever. There's a cat there, obviously, who's looking longingly at the cookies. It's going to have a bit of a sweet tooth, that cat. So very nicely done. We've got the balcony area here, and the water tower is worth noting because it's made with Technic track pieces. So inside there is a roll of Technic track with these brown 3-piece long flat pieces to make the water tower. Just simple but very, very effective. Moving on to the next layer, things get a bit more interesting. So this is where we've got Ace Brickman, Private Detective. But we also have an additional feature in here, which I'll show you. Let's turn this around here. We have a fire escape in there. Now let's see if we can get this to focus in properly. And let's get a zoom in there. So, it's just a simple feature, but there's a fire escape in there that you can drop this and down it drops. Not very far, admittedly. It's not gonna, it probably would just about help you get out in an emergency. Oh, knock the tree down. It's not what we want to do, is it? We want to have more trees. Let's put that back there. And on this side we have a toilet area. Now let's just zoom that back out so we can get more of this in again. Let's take this layer off. I do like how the layers come apart, the whole creator theme. Now I'm going to turn it this way around. So remember, this is what was on that side. And we get a good look in at Ace Brickman's Let's do it that way. That would work. Oh look, I knocked the tree over again. There's a design flaw in that tree. So we've got on the right hand side here Ace Brickman's office with the damsel trying to, I'm not sure the backstory on her, I should have checked that one, but we've got a damsel in there meeting with Ace Brickman who's got newspapers spread all over his desk. He's got this old school fan here which is just lovely. He's got his hat hanging up on the stand there. He's got this rotating picture on the wall here which is there's a hidden safe behind there. We've got a wanted poster on the wall. There's all kinds of things going on in his studio. So he's got a very good, well featured office. There's even a safe on this side as well. And over here we have a toilet. Now I'm not actually sure if this is the first building Lego did that had a toilet in it, but it has become a kind of staple thing to put toilets into a lot of their sets now, which I don't have a problem with. I think it's actually, you know, adds to the attempted realism of these things. So I don't think that was a bad idea. And the final thing to note on this level is we've got the pool sign on the front there. Let's get a close up on that pool sign, which is rather cool, completely brick built. But I think that's rather splendid. You can see the detail in the bricks here as well. I like it. You've got these breakout pieces here, but that's actually for the pieces inside that rotate away. So that's why they're there like that. And then we get down to the bottom level, which actually is, you know, unsurprisingly, the best level. As much as Ace Brickman's office is great, and he should be the star of the show, being the guy that is the detective in this set. This one is better for me, for the reason of, oh, knocked the bin over too. I'm not doing very well tonight. The pool room on the right is brilliant. I love it. Look at it. It's got a pool table in it. How good is that? And this fan, which, if it's up the right way, actually rotates perfectly, and also cleverly is on this arm, so you can put it out of the way so you can get into that room nicely. We've got a guy playing darts down there. We've got the guy playing pool at the top there. There's a trophy on the wall. And then in the top of this set, we have our police officer getting a haircut. With the barber shop, love how that's tiled. Now, the amount of detail that actually goes into that is great. And there's one feature that I do want to show, if I can get it to work properly on the camera, which is, there it is, you see that mirror? There's a mirror there. How good is that? Camera's not focusing. There we go. See, there's a mirror. It's perfectly done. It's a piece of mirrored card that sits on the board. And then around the back, we will go through this because this is where the prohibition stuff comes in. We have all kinds of things going on where this opens up. There's a cabinet inside here that moves, so you can pull the stairs out. This cabinet here opens up so you can push the prohibition through. There's another panel on this side that opens. It's all very hard to actually show you in a video because it's quite fiddly, but the long and the short of it is this comes out here, and then here we can see, oh, there it is. Here's our bit of prohibition coming through. Just the barrel slides through, keeps going all the way through this hole here and into the billiard room. So we just have to slide another panel out of the way here. Let's see if I can get that on the video properly. Oh, there we go. Just going to knock that guy over. I apologise for my sniffing. I have a cold. It's winter here in Australia, and I've got the unfortunate lurgy that's doing the rounds. No, that's not really going to show up on my camera, but there's a panel there that slides away, and we can hopefully get the prohibition here through into the pool room. So yeah, Lego's tried to, or the designer has tried to add in a little bit of a backstory to this whole set, which is a nice idea. I don't know if it's strictly necessary, but I like the sentiment. I do like trying to tell a story with my Lego stuff, so I'm a big fan of that idea. So yeah, that is this set. I think it's rather wonderful. I'm very happy I bought it. I enjoyed building it immensely. Took me a good few days to actually build this, and it looks right at home in my city. You can see it in my other videos. So yeah, that is this set. I just wanted to do a run through of it. It's got this wonderful, one thing I didn't say actually is it's got this wonderful brick built sign here as well, which Lego does on quite a few sets now. Yep, I like this set. I think it's brilliant. I hope you enjoyed my tour and run through of the various features of it. There's more to it than I've done. It could spend hours going through it bit by bit, but you got the architecture looks good, the design looks good. You've got some great pieces in here. The minifigures are great. The story it's trying to tell is great, and the architecture is just fantastic. So I recommend this set if you're in the market for a creator set that's a bit different, or you don't have this one. I like it. Yeah, that's my thoughts on this set. So let me know in the comments what you think, and if you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit that magic subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this.